Yo, what is up guys, Boris here, and Nintendo finally released some information on the Fire Emblem Gacha game, which we had been expecting for the past few months, and it is called Fire Emblem Heroes. Now, I guess technically we didn't know if it was a gacha or not, but we knew Nintendo would not pass up this opportunity. It's part of their games that are created by DENA, their partnership that was, I think, made like 2 years ago. They released Mitomo, which wasn't really a game, and now we get our first official game by DENA. And the Nintendo crossover. We got Fire Emblem Heroes. Now, I watched the trailer, and there was some really interesting and cool stuff that I've never seen before in these gacha games. So I went ahead and watched it again, and I'm like, man, I had to make a video real quick on this because it's gonna be really awesome. I personally can't wait. It comes out in 2 weeks, guys. It comes out on February 2nd. Unfortunately, it only comes out for Android, but if you're watching this and maybe you don't know, you can easily download an Android emulator on on that day and try to download it through the APK. We don't know how strict Nintendo will be about all this stuff. Maybe they'll put something in where the APK won't work, but for the most part I think that you should be fine with at least one. There's a lot of emulators out there, so hopefully at least one of those will work for you guys who don't only have iPhones. With that said, first off, the game looks amazing. We have full voiced characters, awesome graphics, art, cutscenes. Everything looks really cool. The game itself, when you're actually playing, looks kind of like meh. I was sort of surprised they went from a crazy cutscene to the gameplay, and the game, it looks okay. It is a mobile game, and that's where you're gonna be spending most of your time, is on the gameplay screen. But overall, on top, it has the character and the art, and so I think that looks really cool. And overall, I'm pretty excited, and I'm pretty happy with how the design of the game looks. But there's a lot of cool stuff that I want to show you guys because I'm pretty interested in seeing what's going to happen here. So the first thing I want to mention, guys, is that they actually revealed the prices. Now, these prices aren't final, but first off, they do confirm that it's 5 orbs to summon a character, just like all the other games pretty much. But there's a twist. I'll talk about that in a second. But actually, let's look at prices later. I want to talk about this because the way you summon, guys, is there is a stone with 5 different crystals on it. I guess all the crystals are stones. They call them stones in the game. You spend 5 orbs, like in any other game, to summon a character, but you get to choose which color of character you want, which is pretty insane. Imagine that in all the other games, you got to pick what color you want. And so, in case you guys don't know, there's 3 different colors, just like normal. There's red, blue, and green, which kind of worries me a little bit when there's only 3, but thankfully they did add a 4th in. I would love to have seen a 5th, but a 4th color, which I believe is neutral, could be dark, and maybe later on they will add maybe like a light. I love that they didn't really include the 4th color in the little wheel, so that in the future, if they do release a 5th color for balancing issues, I don't like seeing 3 colors. 4 colors I think is good. 5 colors is ideal, I think, for balancing issues, but I have some other stuff we'll talk about here when it comes to these colors. But the 4th color, they decided to leave it out of the triangle, so that hopefully in the future, if they release another color, maybe those will interact. That'd be really cool to see, but still, you get to pick which color you want. So just select which one and put the 5 orbs in, and you get a character. It can be confirmed from 3-star to 5-star. And well, I guess not confirmed, it could be lower, but I assume it's going to be 3 to 5-star if you're spending gems, just like every other game. And the crazy thing here for Fire Emblem Heroes is that every time you summon, the next summon is potentially cheaper. So what I mean by that is that they sort of have what is called a reverse step up. For those guys who play maybe like Bleach Brave Souls, you know about the step up summons, where every time you the first one's cheap, and then the more you go, the more expensive, it goes back to normal price, but you get increased rates. It's sort of like the reverse, where you start off with the normal, but as you go on, it gets cheaper and cheaper to summon. So it's really cool. And so, like I said, there's 5 stones on the slab. The first one's normal, but then the next 3 are only 4. So you save 1, and then the 5th one is only 3. So if you want to go all out and get all of the 5 stones in the slab, you can go ahead and do it, and you pretty much end up saving what 2, 3, 4. You end up saving 5, so you get pretty much. Oh, that's interesting. So instead of a lot of games have multi summons where you summon 10 at a time, you get a free one. This one, I guess, if you summon 5 at a time, you get a free one. So that's interesting. I guess it would be 4 for the price of 5. That's how it would be. That's pretty insane. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, 4, 4, 4, and 3. Yeah, so it's actually, if you get 4 pulls, you get a 5th one free, which is really insane. And on top of that, you get to decide what color you want. So this in my opinion is really a really good move. It's gonna make them a lot of money because people will spend a lot of money when they feel that odds are in their favor, when they feel that they're a bit of in control, as opposed to when it's just random. So because they're able to choose the color, whether it's a character that they need for a team or a color that they don't really have that many units of, like they said in the video, then they feel like they have a bit of control over what they're gonna get. And then on top of that, you get discounted very easily for some of the summons. You're looking at people going to be spending a lot of money, and then the prices look pretty fair, in my opinion. I'd say they're just a little bit above average, but they're still fair, very good, compared to every other game, just normal prices. And yeah, dude, this game is going to be a lot of fun when it comes out. Again, you can get 3 and 4 stars and 5 stars. However, the 3 stars and the 4 stars can evolve into I believe they can evolve all the way, maybe not all of them. I believe it's going to be kind of like Naruto, I guess. Naruto, you can evolve the 4 stars to 5 stars. What this leads to is maybe some people will get 5 stars that aren't that good. So it could be a double-edged sword. We'll see how. We don't know yet. But the cool thing is that the evolving from 4 to 5 star and 3 to 4 star gives them increased skills, increased stats. So not just stats, but also skills. And they mentioned weapons in the game as well. They said increased weapons, but they didn't show. I don't think they showed any. So maybe that's something in the future. Maybe like accessories and Bleach Brave Souls or something. I would love there to be a weapon system, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see about that. What else do we got here? Okay, so like I was saying earlier, there are 4 colors, and the cool thing, and the reason why I think they're going to be fine, is that each color has 3 different factions. All the colors share 2 factions. Is that true? No, actually, okay, never mind. Red, blue, and green, they each share 2 of the factions, and then the 3rd faction is, I guess it's weapons. Maybe it's weapons. Spell magic. Book and sword. Greens have axe instead of the sword, and blues have spear, so their physical weapons are different. And then for the colorless orb or black orb, we have the rod, shurikens, and bow. So there's going to be a class system on top of the color system, which is really awesome. Again, the more diversity there are in colors and subtypes, the better the balancing issues will be. You don't have to worry too much about one color being too overpowered, and you don't have to worry too much about them doing too much power creep because they have plenty of space to work with. One thing I did want to point out, guys, in the trailer is that they have, you have your normal story mode, just like every other game, but they have special maps, which are probably like weekly events, weekly fortnights that you guys can do. You have story maps, arena duels, which are probably your typical PvP, where you have maybe certain people that you can fight against and level up and go up the ranks and get more rewards. But it's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be like actual PvP. It's just basic PvP, sort of like Bleach Brave Souls as well. Maybe it's like a Phantom Castle kind of thing, like Naruto, where you can just fight people. They're not actual people. They're just the other people's teams that you can fight. NPCs pretty much. And then Training Tower. I'm not too sure what that is, but the way they mentioned it, it's sort of just ways to get easy rewards. And they have a question mark. So this one might be co-op. I'm hoping for some sort of co-op in the future. All these games sort of have been tending to go towards the co-op route. So because of this has question mark, we don't know what it is yet. I have a feeling it might be co-op, might be something else, maybe raids, or it might be the they did mention another sort of game mode. I'm not sure if it's an actual game mode or an encounter, but you can fight actual like bosses, sort of. I forgot what they called it, character encounters. That might be it. But overall, I'm pretty excited for this game, guys. 2 more weeks before it comes out, which is pretty crazy. I thought it was going to come out in March. And you can go ahead and pre-register and vote on who you want to get as a free 5-star, I guess. I'm not too sure. And if you vote, you get Nintendo points for your account. So pretty excited. Let me know down below if you guys are excited for this game. Personally, let you guys know that I actually haven't played any Fire Emblem games. I have played... no, I haven't played any Fire Emblem games actually, but the whole concept is cool. I've played Melee, so I've played with in the Smash Brothers series, so I've played with a lot of the characters, Lucina, Marth, Roy, all of them. So I know a lot of the characters, but I'm pretty excited to play this game. And let me know down below again if you have any more questions about it. And with that said, until next time, guys, peace.